Captain Grace Tennyson. Once upon a time, in a world torn by conflict and strife, there lived a remarkable woman named Captain Grace Tennyson. Born into a family of proud military tradition, Grace's destiny seemed to be written in the stars from the moment she took her first breath. As a child, she would listen wide-eyed to the tales of valor and sacrifice spun by her grandfather, a war hero from a bygone era. Little did she know that she would one day carve her own indelible mark on the pages of history. Grace's journey began in a small town, where the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and the laughter of children echoed through the narrow streets. However, the tranquility of her childhood was shattered when her homeland became embroiled in a conflict that threatened to tear the fabric of society apart. As the winds of war swept through the nation, Grace's family, steeped in a tradition of service, felt the call to duty. Her father, a seasoned officer, was among the first to join the front lines, leaving behind a wife and 3 children. It was a difficult time for Grace, who at the tender age of 16, found herself thrust into a role she had never imagined, the caretaker of her siblings and the emotional anchor for her distraught mother. The war unfolded with relentless ferocity, leaving no corner of the nation untouched by its unforgiving grasp. The once serene town now echoed with the thunderous roars of artillery and the anguished cries of those caught in the crossfire. In the midst of this chaos, Grace's resolve strengthened. She knew that she could not stand idly by while her country crumbled. Driven by an unyielding sense of duty, Grace made a life-altering decision. She would follow in her father's footsteps and join the military. Despite facing initial resistance from her family, who wished to shield their last remaining child from the horrors of war, Grace's determination prevailed. She enlisted in the army, fueled by a desire to protect her loved ones and avenge the suffering of her people. Basic training tested her physical endurance and mental fortitude, but Grace emerged as a beacon of unwavering strength. Her exceptional skills caught the attention of her superiors, and it wasn't long before she found herself at the forefront of the battle, leading a platoon of soldiers into the heart of the conflict. Grace's leadership was marked by a rare blend of compassion and strategic brilliance. She understood the weight of the responsibility thrust upon her shoulders, recognizing that each decision she made could mean the difference between life and death for those under her command. Despite the grim circumstances, she remained a source of inspiration, motivating her comrades with words that resonated with the depth of her conviction. In the heat of battle, Grace faced unimaginable challenges. The enemy, relentless and cunning, seemed to adapt to every move she made. Yet she persisted, displaying a tenacity that defied the odds. Her ability to think on her feet and make split-second decisions under duress earned her the respect of both her subordinates and superiors. As the war raged on, Grace's exploits became legendary. Stories of her bravery spread like wildfire through the ranks, becoming a source of hope for those who had grown weary of the unending conflict. She became a symbol of resilience, a living testament to the indomitable spirit that refused to bow in the face of adversity. However, the toll of war was not lost on Grace. The once vibrant spark in her eyes began to flicker as she witnessed the devastation and loss that surrounded her. In the quiet moments between battles, she would reflect on the human cost of conflict, the families torn apart, the dreams shattered, and the futures stolen. It was a burden she carried in silence, sharing the weight only with the moonlit sky and the stars that seemed to bear witness to the unfolding tragedy. Grace's journey took unexpected turns, revealing the complexity of the human experience in times of war. In the midst of the chaos, she found unexpected friendships that transcended the boundaries of rank and nationality. Bonds forged in the crucible of conflict became a source of solace, reminding her that amidst the darkness, there could still be moments of light. One such moment came when Grace encountered a young enemy soldier who lay wounded on the battlefield. Instead of seeing a foe, she saw a fellow human being in pain. Ignoring the conventions of war, she extended a hand of compassion, saving a life that others might have deemed expendable. This act of mercy would have profound repercussions, challenging the very foundations of the enmity that fueled the conflict. As the war approached its climax, Grace faced her greatest trial. The battleground became a surreal landscape of chaos and despair, and the lines between right and wrong blurred into indistinct shades of gray. In a pivotal moment, she had to make a decision that would not only determine the outcome of the battle but would also define the legacy she left behind. Grace's heart, burdened by the weight of responsibility, sought guidance in the memories of her grandfather's stories, tales of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring human spirit. In that moment of reflection, she found clarity. With a resolve as unyielding as the steel of her weapon, she made a choice that transcended the immediate conflict and aimed for a future where humanity could rebuild what had been torn asunder. The war eventually came to an end, leaving behind a scarred landscape and a people forever changed by the crucible of conflict. Grace, having played a pivotal role in the resolution, returned to a home that was both familiar and foreign. The once narrow streets echoed with the haunting memories of a war that had claimed too many lives and left indelible marks on the hearts of those who survived. Grace's journey did not end on the battlefield. Instead, it took a new direction as she embarked on the challenging path of rebuilding. The skills she had honed in the crucible of war, leadership, resilience, and compassion, proved invaluable in the daunting task of healing a fractured nation. She became a symbol of hope and reconciliation, working tirelessly to mend the wounds that ran deep in the fabric of society. As the years passed, Captain Grace Tennyson's name became synonymous with courage and compassion. Her story, once a chronicle of war, transformed into a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. She dedicated her life to advocating for peace, understanding, and the importance of embracing our shared humanity. In her later years, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow on the landscape she had fought so hard to protect, Grace found solace in the knowledge that her sacrifices had not been in vain. The once war-torn nation had risen from the ashes stronger and more resilient than ever. The children playing in the streets, their laughter echoing the innocence that war had tried to steal, were a living testament to the legacy of Captain Grace Tennyson. And so the inspiring and motivating story of Captain Grace Tennyson became a beacon of light for generations to come. Her tale transcended the boundaries of time and space, reminding humanity that even in the darkest moments, there exists a flicker of hope waiting to be ignited.